Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brie Mesquit, esthetician, educator, and wax brand owner, and I'm here in my studio, Rebel Wax Studio with Adwyn. She's one of my commissioned waxers, and today we're going to be going through adding a new service to the menu. So we are adding brow laminations and a hybrid dye. So it's actually a henna and brow tint combo. So come along with us as we work through doing our first one here. We have a model coming in, so stay tuned, keep watching. So this is a hybrid too, so it will actually dye their hair and their stain their skin, which is really cool because usually you're kind of picking one or the other, and if people come in with sparse areas, then they're like bummed out when it fades from their skin so quickly. So that's what's going to make this a little bit different. So we don't really necessarily want to call it henna or tint. It's more of a, I have it on the website brow dye right now, but I might want to change that up and add like the term hybrid. That's like kind of, yeah. So these are all the different ratios for that. So it'd be good, and we'll practice this on the client. Like, can hold it up, be like, what do you think about this color or whatever. So if you wanted like the lighter blonde, you would do 1:3 ratio of the dye, and then the 3 would be the clear. The same amount of this as product you have. So you would just match however much it looks like. You just kind of eye it, which is what you've been doing with Jenny, right? Pretty much. So these are the different options. So they can do, the biggest one is the lamination dye and wax combo, and we would do it in that order. You would laminate first, then dye and wax last. You don't want to wax first because then putting chemical over freshly waxed area. And then they can do a lamination and dye without the waxing, lamination and wax, dye and wax, brow lam on its own, brow dye on its own. And then of course the eyebrow waxing on its own as well, which would just be under eyebrow waxing. They wouldn't book that underneath this service. I have everything set at 10 minutes for now. So today we're gonna wanna kind of gauge, like, it would be ideal for the biggest package. I really would like this to be like an hour 15. Yeah. Would be ideal. So we'll see how that works out. So we'll do the foam cleanser first. So I just do like half a pump, kind of apply like this, and then I would really like kind of scrub a little bit back and forth. And then I like to wipe backwards too though, because sometimes it gets under that hair and we want it really nice and clean. So step 1, so what you can do is apply straight to her brow, but don't touch because or else it's contaminated. And then we'll want to brush it in. I'll let you brush in the other side. I just want to make sure we're applying like kind of same timing. We'll wait till like that 2-minute mark to kind of brush through like it was saying. And then we'll want to remove some of this extra on the skin here. All right, looks like it's been 2 minutes. So then we'll just like brush up. See how there's still that bounce back? Like these hairs aren't staying up. Yeah. So she for sure needs longer, which makes sense because it's only been 2 minutes. So there's still a little bounce back on the tails, so which makes sense because now we're at like 3.5 more minutes. So this was 8 minutes. We only let the solution sit for 8. And this one I know is like, you're totally fine to just really saturate, even if it's on the skin and stuff. So then step 2 all over, match your processing time. We did that. So we'll brush again once that's applied. Everything still feeling all right? Now we're doing, so 1:1 ratio. Mixy. And then you kind of slide up and then you mark it out like that. So line it up with the crease of the nose, come up and then slide up. All right, so there's that. Then for the outer part, we're gonna go corner of nostril through the corner of the eye. Same thing, slide, and then you just twist up. Okay. And on this side, you're really gonna wanna like come over here so you have a good angle. Come here, and then slide up. All right, so there's that. Then for the arch, it's not the outer corner of the nostril anymore, it's the crease, and then it's through the pupil, which is dead center, so you really don't have to have them open their eye. I'm gonna skip that because we're not gonna be changing up her arch, and rarely are we ever, so I don't really love that process. It's 100% necessary though when doing the string, because that's how you like map out the rest. But here, so that's start, end, and then it's up to you. So 2 parallel lines from the start to the arch. So you're always gonna do a straight line right here. And then here you're like gradually bringing it to the tail. So that will just give us a good guide. And then the top, her brows give us the guide, so I'm not really gonna draw that, but at least so we're not bringing the tint too far down like onto her lid or anything crazy. So I think those look pretty solid. Okay, so when applying with this, don't start all the way at the arch, start in a little bit, start at that bottom line and pull up, and then come back through, make sure you pull up to the very top. Don't use too much, but because this kind of gives that ombre effect, and then we'll wipe that a little bit sooner too. Yeah, don't go over, just straight pull up. Okay. Yep, perfect. And then grab more product and you'll just keep doing that. I actually kind of like this brush for applying. Yeah. This is nice. Yeah, and then just bring it up maybe a little bit more if there's any of like the tips up here. Perfect. And then I would just use what's already on your brush, flip your brush and use that to do the start of the brow. And it shouldn't be too heavy. I'm going to wipe the start. I just have a feeling we do not need to wait quite as long. So you're just gonna a finger width, kind of like, okay. We'll get the bulk if you want to grab one more cotton round. And then with the wet, kind of go back and forth because I really want to lift and get underneath the hair too there. All right, so this is where then we're gonna move into waxing. All right, raise your brows like you're surprised. Perfect. All right, surprise. So good. I'm just gonna put some No Trauma Mama because that's conditioning.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited about getting this service added to the menu. I think her brows turned out fantastic. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And like always, I would be very appreciative if you could press that subscribe button before you leave, and then I'll see you back here next week.